Tim Sheridan and Eduardo Pansica reveal what has become of Shazam in the future state, in their intriguing mystery-filled opening that sees a disconnected Shazam leading the JLA. But when a villain winds up dead on their watch, the team's suspicions of the detached Shazam begin to rise. Tim Sheridan did a fantastic job setting up an interesting and totally different Shazam story than what I was expecting. The world building is done very nicely throughout the issue, again expanding on things we've heard of or alluded to in other books, like what happened to the Lanterns, as well as teasers of things like Task Force X that is coming up. The overall mystery surrounding Billy is really quite fantastic, and I enjoyed all of the characters who were getting involved in the story, like the Question, who this time is a new character and not any of the previous Questions we've seen, which itself adds to the mystery of the overall story since Question is kind of gunning for Shazam a little bit. The reveal of Billy and Shazam being separated was very well done, and given how Shazam is acting, it really shows just how important Billy is to that character and why the boy is important, since without this sort of grounding in reality and this sort of childlike wonderment, Shazam has become detached and a little alien in his ways. Overall, Sheridan did a fantastic job delivering a jumping off point for Shazam and his supporting characters that I'm looking forward to seeing continuing next issue. One of the big things I did like about Sheridan's story was the subtle hints at how Shazam sees the world or how he views situations and sees them. Something I think is tied back to Neron, since when Neron split Shazam couldn't see for some reason, and Neron gave him his eyesight, so maybe Neron did something to Shazam to control him or make him see the world in a different light, and maybe he's hallucinating all of this stuff. Again, it adds to the mystery of the story, and I love a story that allows me to come up with theories like this and theories about what's happening, since it's part of the fun. Eduardo Pansica brought his A-game this issue, presenting some fantastic visuals for Sheridan's mystery story. I loved his design for the hellscapes and the monsters Shazam fought near the beginning of the book, and the way he drew Creeper, which was suitably creepy. Like the Robin Eternal book, the costumes and character designs were largely kept unchanged, and I'm glad none of the heroes needed any radically different costumes to signify that it is the future, with the only real change coming in Neron's update to a more caped villain than the suit-wearing businessman-like demon we see in Constantine the Hellblazer. Future State Shazam issue 1 was a fantastic beginning to the larger mystery that is Shazam now, setting out an intriguing and at times surprising story for our hero that will no doubt test his and his team's limits. I'm excited for what Tim and Eduardo have in store for us in the coming issues and what will become of the hero. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Future State Shazam issue 1 finds Billy Batson remembering how it all crept up slowly, beginning with a series of unimpressive moments that all once compounded demanded their due in vengeance. John Stewart sends out an alert to Earth but goes offline as Shazam finds himself in hell battling Neron and his many demons. Suddenly Shazam wakes up to a phone call from Mary in the present, not answering the phone. Later at the JLA bunker in Detroit, the Question plays a recording to Vixen of Mary's message to Billy. Vixen knows that Vic Sage would never record private messages, but the Question knows that he did it all the time, and now he understands why. Since Billy hasn't spoken to his family in years, or the other leagues in months, and he jumps out of his skin every time there is an alert. He has also noticed that Shazam has never given power back to the younger Billy, so something is definitely wrong with the hero. Elsewhere in the command room, Powerhouse asks Miss Martian about the report from Checkmate and if she's seen it. Question and Vixen soon arrive, told by Shazam that they are late, so Question apologizes to Billy, something Shazam hates being called. An alert soon goes out as at Iron Heights, Giganta and a Manhunter robot break into the prison, taking down the guards as they move deeper into the prison until they reach the cell holding the Creeper, who they free, as Manhunter says that he has been called home to Karndark. As the villains escape the prison, Shazam and the JLA confront them. Giganta says that the Creeper is a citizen of Karndark, and Black Adam Adam demands their extraction. But Shazam says that Adam isn't the man they remembered. Giganta uses her powers to grow, wanting to make this quick, and Shazam agrees, setting the JLA on the villains, easily defeating them as he confronts Creeper. The heroes finish up with Manhunter and Giganta, asking what happened to Creeper, but Shazam isn't so sure, thinking he escaped. However, Miss Martian does know what happened, finding the villain was murdered by someone. Once back at the bunker, the team discuss what happened, with some knowing that it's their fault, but others don't think it is. They know that this has happened 3 times to villains under their watch, with each being killed by some jagged stone-like knife, and it's not just these villains, it's happening to people all over the world, and it's probably the work of some serial killer. Vixen asks where Jakeem is, as Question has a query for Billy, again told not to call him that. Question says that his Shadow Drone's video files for the entire Iron Heights area during the fights are corrupted, but Shazam tells the team to drop it, since if Creeper's death fits some bigger narrative, then the Checkmate investigation will no doubt uncover more information. So he tells the team to keep focused thanks to their limited resources. Shazam quickly changes the conversation to that of the multiversal refugees, garnering suspicion from Vixen and Question. Later in Philadelphia, Shazam goes to visit the captured Johnny Thunder, telling him that he can't keep him hidden there for any longer. Shazam says that Johnny doesn't deserve this and it was his host who was corrupted, wishing to have kept the Thunderbolt out of this, but the team are now catching on to him, and that now means that one of them has to go, and he's going to give Johnny a fighting chance. Shazam frees the Thunderbolt, letting Johnny Thunder escape from the jail, wishing the man good luck. Later, Shazam awakens in his bed, beaten black and blue thanks to the Thunderbolt, and again Mary gives him a call, but this time he picks up, letting Mary hear him before he crushes the phone. Shazam heads to the bunker, finding the team are already there and they have already recovered the drone videos, which show Shazam murdering Creeper. Question outright accuses Shazam of the murder, wondering where Jakeem and the Thunderbolt are, demanding to know who Shazam really is. Shazam defends himself, wanting to know who the Question is, since he's not Vic Sage and he's definitely not Renee Montoya or Drake, since he killed Drake himself. Vixen tries to calm Billy, but Shazam becomes angered, demanding not to be called Billy anymore, as years before, Shazam confronts Neron, who says that his powers are inconsequential in this realm, and the innocence is the currency in hell. So Billy Batson must be the one to guard the door, and Shazam should be back on Earth. Shazam says that he is Billy and they are both the same person, and he can't be in 2 places at once. Shazam explains to the villain that he locked up the Rock of Eternity's most dangerous inmate, and if he becomes Billy Batson, his power returns to the Rock and into the hands of the villain. Because of this, Shazam knows he can't say the word again, but Neron knows he doesn't need to, using his powers to separate Billy and Shazam into 2 separate people. Now separated, Billy and Shazam come up with a plan before they say their goodbyes. Billy says that there is one thing Shazam needs to do, knowing that there is many temptations down in hell for a boy like him. So Shazam needs to make sure that for no reason he cannot abandon his post. Shazam knows that this was the first and last time he and Billy Batson talked, as the hero leaves Billy to be chained to the door so he can go and save the world as he now saw it.